2, 1. Action, I think.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, fucking slack on the heart of Europe. This is
Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. Cut the middleman and inhale the vapors.
And all the known land, ladies and gentlemen. Just bring my laundry upstairs.
Whoops.
Loser. 40-year-old loser. Yeah, you're a loser.
You're a grown man.
Grown man. I got a lot of stuff to clip this week. Grown man. That's one of them. Some came up. Matt showed me a video, and I had who's this guy? Unseen? Baton.
Yeah, he's called Unseen. He's very small, but he's making banger videos. This is one of the better videos
They
of
got
the year.
2-hour video, and mentioned me, and boy, you get it right. With the technical situation, technical is one of the few people that I will never deal with again, because like he is one of the top most dishonest people I've ever had to deal with. And the thing that really pisses me off, he got by all my bullshit detectors, like every single one. If you go back and look at some of the shows, I'm like, wow, this guy's just a mega talent, and he seemed totally, on the money. I don't even know, I can't figure him out at all. I couldn't believe just how deceptive he was during the whole thing when he was fighting with Augie and Nick. And I was the only guy that came out and said, all right, I try to not ride the fence. I just said, look, there's definitely criticism of Augie and Nick. All right. And there's definitely but this video is how can you possibly believe this is going to be taken positively? You're going to hurt your own career. So when he put his video out, it just came down to I didn't take his side, which was one of the things I noticed when he was fighting with Nick. He seemed to feel generally betrayed because they didn't like his video on Zero, which was trash. Trash. I said it then, I'll say it now. Debate Flam? Fuck. Guy writes me. I said, look, I don't want you to debate. Just go apologize to Tom. I don't want to hear it. Then he starts giving me debating points. I think it's out there. He screenshot and threw it out. I don't want to debate with you. Go apologize to Tom.
Okay,
all right.
buddy.
And then he gives me a bunch of debate points. I don't want to. No, I don't. No, I tap out. Flam's right.
Okay, buddy.
He got me. Okay, bye. What I'm willing to do is if Augie ever fucking lights his ass on fire, I'm absolutely willing to go on. And I'll stay up late to do it. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, buddy.
There you go.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy. Look, Flam, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to get into this. I don't want to debate.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm ugly as shit.
He starts writing one debating point after. I blocked him. Because at that point, I realized you're beyond help.
Okay, buddy.
It's like having a conversation with him.
You know, it is. I was trying to contain myself. I'm getting frustrated and angry. It's so funny. My God, who is genius enough to? Did you send that donation? Who did
Me?
that? Yes, because we were just talking about it.
I've never sent a donation to you in my life.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No.
Oh no, I'm having PTSD. I didn't send.
I'm letting Flam fucking bury himself. I tried to help Flam. He doesn't listen. He can't listen. He probably can't because of his disability. So I'm just done.
I'm really bad at explaining things.
I like the first time, when I finally have enough. When I finally put my foot down, I'm the boomer. I'm no good. I'm the whatever. I'm not even offended. You know? like as soon as I finally said, Flam, I had enough of you. I had enough of you. He writes me. He says, "What's your problem?" I said, "Here's my problem. Apologize to Tom because I don't want to talk about it. I think it's pretty clear what my problem is." And then he just gives me all these debate, but like this is why I did. Like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're gonna be one of those guys that calls everybody a pedophile, and you can't be my. Stop it.
I'm really bad at explaining things.
You can't be my friend, and I've been a friend to him. No. This is my. Stop it. It makes me insane. It is like talking to him. It really is. Oh my God. Do you use that on your show?
Not a lot, but I should.
You should. And never use it here again.
All right, buddy.
I'm gonna have a meltdown. See, Mike the Mike asks if you had the okay. Do you have okay?
I don't like the flamenco saying okay or Nick.
Flamenco.
Nick saying okay, I got it. I don't have flamenco saying okay.
Oh.
Was it like okay or something like that? Okay. I got this one.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm ugly as shit.
I got that.
He looks like Bobax. A little bit. I would say he looks like Bobax. It was really funny. Debate over what? I told him I don't want to debate. And he's like, well, I guess he just doesn't want to make a point about why I should have to apologize to Tom. Yeah, that's the debate. I don't want to do it. You're right.
He wants you to sit down and watch. He wants you to sit down and watch the Turkey Tom stream and then get back.
Oh, really? The Turkey Tom stream? When Turkey Tom responds to him calling him a pedophile?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Turkey Tom was in the right. You called him a pedophile. He had enough, and then he fucking said you were one too.
You know what?
Can you believe he did that? So he literally pulled the fucking iDubbbz, Froggy Fresh iDubbbz. Yeah. He fucking he what do you call it? He aggravated the what do they call that? He
aggravated the situation.
No, it's not it. He agitated. No. Yeah, he caused the action, and then he complained about the response.
Yeah.
Can you believe he did that? Yes. You're already making a big deal about Tom's Discord. Yes, I could totally see why he did that. I think it's completely understandable under the circumstances. Yes. So like, I'm not putting him on here. I'm not gonna debate him. I'm just gonna let him fucking die. I'm already giving. I promise. What did I say before? I was like, no, Flamenco, just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fucking some wise guy thought to say, no, I'm not. If they decide to fucking, it's not gonna do anything. He'll still be retarded the next day. If they decide to do a mega stream on him, then I'll be a part of it. That's all.
Flamenco's like that kid who has a scab who keeps scratching it. And you're like, stop fucking scratching the scab. You're gonna fucking make it feel like you're gonna make it bleed.
Really bad at explaining things.
You know what the funny thing is? Like I could literally do this whole show on Flamenco, and Matt would be fine with it.
Oh yeah, I pitched it.
Debate this Flamenco soundboard. I don't want to debate the Flamenco soundboard because I actually might get farther than I would if I really talked to him. I probably make more. Femnos.
Yeah, I mean, Femnos would be a great debate for Flam.
Like all I did was block him. I didn't say anything bad about him. Well, did I say something bad about him? I was like, no, I just said I can't get through to him.
Yeah.
I can't. No, I shouldn't have to do that. Like he started the shit. Provoked. Thank you. He provoked Tom. Tom freaked out. Said a bunch of regrettable things.
I'm really bad at explaining things.
And then I'm supposed to tolerate what came after that when he provoked it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
He's doing it's like yeah, he provoked it, and then he's like pearl clutching about getting the same thing back that he provoked. And like, you don't want to apologize to Tom, don't. You don't want to be my friend, don't. You want to ruin yourself, go ahead. If you want to just get goofed on forever by Nick, who beats you like every time, then do it. I don't care. It doesn't change. Do you think it changes my life? Changes yours?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit. Like you can't like it shows you like how untrustworthy. Like I went out of my way for no other reason because I don't even know you that well. I went out of my way, and like you didn't take any. Like, you know what they used to call autism or
What's
autist?
that?
Idiot savants. That's the root of the word idiot. And I think it's kind of cruel to point that out, even though it's true. But what's an idiot other than somebody who can't learn?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even, like, saying that to be cruel. Like, he can't learn. He can only be made fun of. It's so frustrating. I didn't want him to lose his shit. I didn't want him to fucking bury himself. He said something so stupid to me in a call that I had to beg to, like, talk him out of.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Nick for ruining my life. Yeah, what was it? God, he got the kiss of life from Edgar. He got.
You know how bad flamenco is right now? I don't know if you're familiar with Michael Alberto, but Michael Alberto hates Nicholas Diora to the point where he's going to be making a video on Zach.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm sure we're going to be covering that because it's going to.
Yeah,
I saw Michael Alberto. He does not have all the fucking. He is a couple cans short of a 6-pack.
Yeah. But the funniest part is Flamenco tried to like jump on Alberto's side, and Alberto was like, "No, fuck you. You're weird. Leave me alone."
Yeah, Michael Alberto. He's like fucking that guy's. And so did Tipster, another fucking budding lolcow.
Yeah.
I don't even like. I haven't talked to Augie since the last time he called in. We're not even like I used to call him like once in a while, pretty regularly, like twice a month at least. I don't even do that anymore. And they fucking they act like everybody like it started with Nerd City. We're like so close and so tight.
I'm
and everything.
really bad at explaining things.
Tipster 20. Stop dragging me into this, Tommy. Not cool. Thanks. You gave me.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. They just assume we're all really tight knit and close and buddies, and we hang out all the time.
Well, me and Nick's relationships have proved a lot. We talk. Me and Nick have been like calling each other every day.
Yeah.
But me and Nick were really close years ago. So I mean, it was just. I think it was just a matter of time before wounds healed, and we got back on the train.
Yeah.
But also, I think there's just like. You know what happened to me and Nick? I think we were too close. I think we were too much in each other's space. And I think like when you're creative, even you've been doing this. We don't talk as much as we used to, right? You're doing a creative project. You need your space,
right?
And then Nick had it. We needed our space, and I think that's probably the best thing. It's space thing. You need your space from me. I know I call you sometimes, and you're like, oh fuck. I know, and I can hear it in your voice.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sure. I start going on and on. I start acting like me, and you're like, "I'm not in the mood for this."
No,
I know exactly what you're. I know exactly what you say, Tommy. You said it last time, and I gotta fucking pretend. Yeah, I know what happened. I know people. I know. Don't worry about it.
Beavers said in chat, "I kill myself if I talk to Matt every day." You do talk to me every day, Beavers. Stop lying.
Well, I talk to Matt every day. He said that we stopped talking to each other on the weekend.
Yeah.
You need that. And I think me and Nick probably need some space. You need your own identity if you're doing a project. You don't want to be under Tommy C or fucking your whole fucking time. Who wants that?
Right.
I don't want to be under Keemstar's fucking. Nobody wants that. You think Dave wants that? No, nobody wants that. He wasn't the green M&Ms. Fuck you with your green M&Ms. I was the only one that fell for that. Tucker Carlson did. He's a great man. So I think everybody needs their space. Sometimes the projects can get too close, and it's too bad, and probably my fault. Partly my fault too. Like it's too bad that it got as bad as it did, and some of it I think it was made worse by this jackass we're about to talk about now.
Yeah,
probably would have healed her quicker. So like the Technicals is probably one of the most dishonest people. And the thing is, like, because I'm pretty good at picking him out. I didn't get anything from him. I fully admit. Hey, Bellbacks, I was wrong about Technicals. You can add that to Ian Miles Chung next time. You say, "Hey, Tommy doesn't get it right all the time. I wouldn't have made that take." So you can add that one. Technicals just like, oh, that's right. He fooled all you too. Ugh. Right.
Yeah.
So, he's one of the few people I block on Twitter. I want nothing to do with the guy because I was the most level-headed about the whole thing.
Right.
I know. And he makes, I didn't even know this till this guy Unseen did it. Technicals makes, this is why, like, he proves to me, like, I made the right decision by blocking him. He makes one of the most insane statements I've ever heard about me. And that's saying some shit, because I've seen something insane, like, one of the most, with the cops will have stuff like, he pees on children or some shit like that. Or feed my family. It's like, just ridiculous enough to be in that category, but not so ridiculous where you could just, like, I mean, if anybody's thinking I'm peeing on kids, there's nothing I can do for him, you know?
Yeah.
You know? So, this is the great trial of Zero. Most of it has to do, it goes over everything. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, so I avoided this video for a couple weeks because I just didn't want to, like, go hash through all of this because I lived through it. And then I started watching and I was like, holy shit, this is one of the best videos of the year.
Really?
Like, this is genuinely an underrated commentary video.
I was pretty impressed, too. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know if am I biased because I came off looking like a star.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps.
There's stuff in here that I wasn't aware the Technicals even said. Technicals went on his like, debate me. And I was like, no, I'm not debating you. You're dishonest. The way you portrayed me was dishonest. So there's no reason to get into you. And I saw him, like, when he debated fucking Augie, all he did was whine.
Yeah.
You know, so like, no, it's like why did I get rid? Like, people really got it yesterday or the other day when I got rid of Harley, because Harley was never going to be, he's always going to be bad faith, and he made it like Harley made it like ridiculously obvious, and to me, he was being ridiculously obvious. It is because it's after the fact. It's after you're never going to believe what I said. The only people that actually you are the only people that don't know this are the people in the Smash community. A disgusting community, if you ask me. Right? One of the biggest fucking weirdos on the planet. They have to be told to shower. All right? I don't think tech does, in fairness, but they do. I can prove that. Yeah. And they're the only ones that think I had a fucking double standard. They're the only ones that I think I was bad faith with. And you know what? One of the things I did say is, like, you fucking double down on this video, triple down, you're gonna be stuck in Smash forever. 2 years later.
Boom.
Double standard.
But first, we're going to goof on Tipster.
By this point, the discussion had moved far away from its origin, and this video is a good showcase of that, as Zero himself and points directly relating to Zero are only mentioned a handful of times. No, this video is directed squarely at the commentators that had been criticizing tech.
Which basically told me right from the beginning, like, this isn't about anything. You guys were supposed to stick up for me, whether I was right or not. Your reputations be damned. Fucking defend that guy. Fuck that.
Technicals for 2 months now, with technicals.
Did Zaptai ask for pictures of her pussy?
Believing that they all suffer from a double standard in their content. Let's get right into this, starting with...
Bruh, is this shit normal? He's bugging. He must not know that I'm thugging.
Now, this part of the video is aimed at trying to expose what Technicals sees as a double standard in the commentary community, being Technicals' opinion that commentators treat Zaptai better than they treat other figures accused of similar things.
It depends on different things they did.
The people Tech attempts to tie into this are Turkey Tom, Nicholas Diorio, Augie RFC, Tommy C, and Tipster. Now, looking at this section as a whole, like Tech's video on Zero, there's a lot of fluff. He brings up a bunch of things that Nick, Tom, and Augie might have gotten wrong in their Zaptai coverage, mostly regarding legality. Now, I'm not going to speak to the legality of the situation because, quite frankly, I'm not going to play lawyer here and tell you that I know more about the law than I do. I would also say that moral arguments are much more preferable to legal arguments. However, Tom, Nick, and Augie all made legal arguments for Zaptai in their videos.
They always, if you ever watch, I'm the only one who watches Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro said like logical arguments and legal arguments always lose to emotional. If you want to persuade a lot of people, they don't lose to like people that are actually like actual intellectuals or in a college environment. Well, maybe the old college environment. Yeah, but if you're trying to persuade people, yeah, it's moral arguments, which I hate because that's just because you're trying to persuade dummies. You know, dummies that don't want to think or can't.
Yeah.
16 to 20, that's a
But it's
little odd. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that, but hey, it's fucking legal, all right? So, whatever. I don't really give that much of a shit. If it's legal, whatever.
They all had said in their videos that what Zaptai did would have been legal due to the age of consent in Washington state where the girl lived being 16, which Technicals tries to dispute by bringing up other laws, arguing that it may have not been legal after all. Now again, I'm not going to speak to the validity—
Well, if you know, I just thought of something. If Augie didn't know, he said, if it's legal, what are you going to do? Let's say Augie's wrong. It's not legal. Well, it's clearly he didn't know.
Right.
You know?
of the legal arguments made here because I'm not a fucking lawyer. However, none of these people are either. When making definitive legal
in the United
arguments
States of America, it's both. That's the weird part, right?
Yeah. Well, state laws can be different than federal. So
yeah, state laws are different than federal laws, so it's both. It's illegal and legal. Depends on where you're at.
It's illegal for two 17-year-olds to sleep with each other, too. You know that, right? It's that they both can be convicted of statutory rape. Nobody does it, though.
Right.
The FBI doesn't go around arresting fucking teenagers fucking. Thankfully. Not yet, anyway.
Context as serious as this, you're setting yourself up for things like this to happen, and I don't really have much sympathy for the commentators in this point. However, at the end of the day, legality—
I agree with him there.
Legality shouldn't change your moral view of the situation, and it ultimately doesn't say much as to Tech's main thesis, and is more just a side criticism of the commentators. Moving on to the main point of the video, Technicals criticizes Nick, Augie, Tipster, and Tommy C for what he sees as special treatment given to Zaptai as opposed to their coverage of the YouTubers Kiwis and Minilad. Firstly, for Nicholas Diorio—
Kiwis? God, Kiwis is... Didn't he, like... I didn't know Kiwi... I don't remember Kiwis getting brought into that. I don't remember that.
Well, Technicals brought it in, yes.
But isn't that guy... Like, we didn't cut him a break.
No. I don't remember the fucking... He's going to talk about
that guy doubled down after he got caught.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking... The girl's mother had to get involved and call Keemstar, for Christ's sakes.
Technicals brings up two examples. The first one is a clip of Nick saying that the 19-year-old Kiwi sending a picture of his dick to a 16-year-old was bad because it's illegal, juxtaposed with a clip of Nick talking about the legality of the Zaptai situation in a more favorable light. Now, even ignoring how a huge part of Nick's video on Kiwis was about Kiwi's constant victim blaming his depression, obfuscating the truth, and constantly trying to justify his relationship—
Oh, wait a minute. It sounds like he's talking about fucking Zero's video, too. Victim blaming, depression, yeah.
with the girl. Nick already clarified his opinion of the age gap in the Zaptai situation 1 year before this video in his Zaptai interview, where he calls it a point to criticize him on.
You thought she was 17, you find out that she's 16.
Correct.
And you continue the conversation. At this point, you were 19, and I believe at some point you turned 20.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that was just straight up fucking creepy and not alright. I have no qualm saying that.
Yeah, see, I see it as a point to criticize you on.
For sure.
I don't know if it's entirely a get the fuck out of the community. Get out of here, dude. That's fucked up, bro. At least not by today's standards.
While I think Nick should have been more clear about this in his original Zaptai videos, I don't think that this is enough evidence to show a real double standard. Moving on, Technical's second example—
Neither do I.
For Nick was showcasing Nick's reaction—
The reason I'm not trying to rehash this. I'm really just... There's a big part of it where I'm involved. There's a big part of this where I'm involved. That's where I'm going to cover it.
To Minilad, who was 21 when he sexted with two 17-year-old girls, one of whom he had known since she was 13, with the age gap being 4 years, just like in the Zaptai case. Tech shows a clip of Nick talking negatively about Minilad, as well as a tweet Nick made commenting on the situation saying, "Yikes." However, I think it would be disingenuous not to bring up Nick's reply to that tweet, which Technicals did not show, in which he said, "It's not even the gap that makes me cringe to the point—"
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Omitting that is just... I got to be honest, that kills all your credibility.
Yeah.
it hurts, it's the fact that they met when she was fucking 13, which seemingly responds to Tech's point more than a full year before he even made it. Moving on to the next person in line, we have Augie RFC. Now with Nick, he had seemingly avoided using the term pedophile in these types of situations. However, Augie used it much more liberally.
Did he? Pedophile!
Calling Minilad and Kiwis pedos. Augie had once called Zero a pedophile, however he later clarified that ultimately the label doesn't really matter and what matters is what he did. Well, I don't know about calling these people pedophiles, as like I talked about towards the beginning of this video, these situations are kind of gray areas. I do understand why Augie went much harder on these people than he did, say, Zaptai, for example. In his video, Tech discusses the age gaps in the situations with Minilad and Kiwis, but neglects to bring up the rest of the context and why...
You know, there is something to say, like, the age gaps, like, let's say I'm okay with an age gap as far as being forgivable, but one guy says... you're worth going to jail for, and the other one says a dick pic. I can't be harder on the dick pic guy?
I think you can.
Yeah, like I can't? Like, that
that's
makes
the
me
nuance,
hypocrite?
Yeah, that's the nuance right there.
Yeah, I know, and which is completely left out. A lot of stuff is omitted. You'll really see it when he gets to me.
People suck. First off, Minilad is a repeat offender, which is something that Technicals even brings up in his Zero video, which is something that Nick, Augie, and Boblax did question him on, however, they never denied that it's important. Augie, like Nick, also stresses the point of Minilad knowing his victim since she was 13. Also, in Minilad's apology video, he blames him messaging a 17-year-old on him being suicidal, even
Oh, that sounds familiar. That was, by the way, that was Technical's excuse for Zero.
Including a screenshot of him saying...
Yeah, and that's the thing with Technical is really mad. That didn't faze me. And here's the thing, Tech. Like, I've had so many soldiers that I would serve with kill themselves, and suicide's a real problem. By the way, it's back. I was just reading that the other day. Suicide is just like up 20%.
I'm really bad at explaining
and it was never good to begin with, even when I was at. Like, I just don't, like, you fucking internet dorks sitting there, I'm going to kill myself. I'm like, fuck off. Fuck off. I don't care. Jesus. Ask fucking Sen about how much I care as Malaris.
I knew she was 17, but I was suicidal and said to myself, if I'm going to kill myself, I thought I'd go down swinging. That
By what? Talking to a kid? I don't get that.
Brings us nicely into Kiwis, who also pulled the mental health card, blaming him messaging a 14-year-old as a 17-year-old, and that same girl later when she was 16 and he a 19-year-old on his depression. Kiwi...
Depression. The race card for white people. Since 2001.
He's also constantly played the victim, saying shit like,
I shouldn't have trusted this girl. I shouldn't have...
I forgot about that. Yeah, we were a little hard on him. He was just like Zaptai. You know, it's really ironic. Zaptai did a video on him.
I don't know why I did what I did. She convinced me that I could trust her, and...
Yeah, the 14-year-old groomed me.
That's so funny.
It was a mistake, and that's something I will never make.
It's notable that Kiwis claims...
I forgot how funny that was. That bitch lied. You know, you ever see that movie Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Condemned?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what they do is they put a bomb on everybody's leg, and if you pull the thing, so this black guy is in the game, this evil killing game, and he hooks up with this black chick, and she pulls the thing and runs away. And she goes, "Oh my God, the women got me in the end." My favorite fucking scene in the movie. That's what Kiwi says.
Trusted a bitch.
Ah, the bitch! I can't believe it. A bitch got me again.
To have been catfished, as it turns out the real age of the girl was actually 2 years younger. While the girl Kiwis sexted claims that she never lied about her age, Kiwis claims that she did, and although Kiwis might be full of shit, we'll still give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Here. When Augie covered both of these stories, he heavily stressed their responses when looking at what...
I seem to remember her mother saying she was 12. On Drama Alert, because I wasn't connected at all with Keem when that happened. I just remember this drunken Scottish woman going on, "He talked to my kid." It's really funny.
What he thinks of them. We can even see in Augie's coverage of Kiwis, along with sending dick pics.
That's one of the funniest videos ever. Fucking the drunk woman that calls the Keemstar and tells him what Red Kiwis is up to. It's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. But it's a little dark if you get, well,
Yeah.
I like dark humor.
To a minor, Augie cites Kiwi's response when discussing why he calls Kiwis a pedo.
Now, a lot of people are hesitant to call this guy a pedophile. Me personally, I don't really have much of an issue with it. I don't know what else you would call him. I mean, if you've watched the interviews on Drama Alert...
Well, that's a good point. Shit, what happened? Oh, I fucking muted it. I'm like an idiot.
If you watched his own response video, this guy's a lunatic. Not only does he admit to sending pictures to a minor, but he also goes to victim blame the girl. Like, oh, she was just, you know... Well, what can I say? She was a tantalizing treat. I just couldn't hold back. I couldn't resist myself.
Even later...
She's a little vixen. She got me.
In this same video,
Right in the
Augie
heart.
says that if Kiwi had shown remorse for his actions, he might consider letting him back to make content.
It'd be one thing if he, you know, said something like, look, guys, what I did in the past was crazy or whatever. I just want a chance to make a living or whatever. Maybe, if we're going to be incredibly charitable, we can allow him to make content or whatever. It can be like...
I can't... This... To me, like, Techno is fucking... He's got no credibility at all. Like, I'm shocked that... I had no idea that Augie was this charitable. None. This is not something I would have ever... If you'd have put a gun to my head and say, Augie, listen, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, whatever. Maybe not content for kids, mind you, but... This guy just has no remorse for what he's done, and we're gonna read his statement that he's now deleted that just shows how he
I remember covering this. It was funny.
tries to rewrite history.
Does this sound familiar to anyone? Even if you disagree with the criteria Augie used to label someone as a pedo, it doesn't really matter. When looking at Augie's rationale, it doesn't really suggest a double standard, as Zaptai's response to his situation was clean of all the weird shit plaguing mini-lad and Kiwis. Moving on now to another person Tech brought up in his video, we have Tommy C. Now, Tommy isn't someone I've really discussed much in this situation because he mostly...
Because I had nothing to do with it, yeah.
stayed out of the drama, but looking to Tommy's coverage of the Zero situation, he actually had a pretty level-headed take.
I'm going to say a lot of things that are going to make people uncomfortable. And the reason I said that is because I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I knew people were going to, you're supporting a pedo! That's what I said that. That's why that's what's going to make people uncomfortable. On both sides, there is a difference between tolerance and acceptance. And I don't accept this whatsoever. I tolerate it. I tolerate it because I know young people make mistakes, and I don't like the idea that there's no path and road to redemption when it goes through. My position on high school kids on the ages between 18, 19, and 20 has always been pretty similar. While I tolerate it, I think it is a terribly bad red flag, but I don't believe that is indicative of somebody being a P-word. This is the biggest problem I have with Zero, and I don't. Oh, same shirt. I don't think he's sorry. Well, I know he's not sorry. Like I know it. This whole thing is a bunch of trash. You're not sorry. That's it. It's over. The comparisons to Zaptai, what I say, are fair. They are not the same thing. They are apples and fucking motorcycles.
Now, hearing this, you...
It gets me too, as I just moved into that room. We just walled off the room. Yeah. And, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, we just walled off the room, and I don't have anything in it, so it doesn't deaden the sound.
think that Tech wouldn't go super aggro at Tommy or even bring him up at all because he was pretty charitable.
I was pretty confused while I was in the video.
To Zero. Well, Tech did it anyway. Since Tommy supports Zaptai, Tech tried to tie him into the whole commentary double standard thing, and it's kind of embarrassing. Here, Tech brings out a clip from Tommy's stream covering Mini-Lad.
As a bonus, here's Tommy laughing at calling Mini-Lad a pedophile.
Now, you might expect that this clip will contain Tommy calling Mini-Lad a pedo. Well, guess what? Tommy never actually called Mini-Lad a pedo. The clip that Tech shows is Tommy asking if Mini-Lad's a pedo.
Yeah, I remember doing this, running. I remember, once I, streamed, I covered my part on his stream, I didn't hear any bullshit from anybody. I think I had a phony-ass raid on my Discord from his fans, but it was just, over by the time Tom was done with the stream. And here's why.
Someone on his stream says yes, and then Tommy makes a joke about it.
This guy's definitely can you call him a pedo? This Mini-Lad character?
I mean, he admitted to sending nudes to a minor. I don't quite recall.
No, really?
Yeah, I'm comfortable calling him that.
Yeah. Well, he's got red hair. Nobody believed it wasn't him.
Fucking ginger.
Trying to rope someone like Tommy into this whole thing when he had the most mellow take out of everyone.
And it also proves that it was just about, you're not on my side. You gotta go. It's just about the side. Honestly, I'll go on record. I think Tech knows and believes that Zero's 100% guilty and defended him anyway because he's a nut. Psycho. No, I didn't do it. He's a nut. I don't think he's a psychopath. I think he's just biased.
Honestly just makes Tech look desperate. Tech also makes a bunch of jokes, calling Tommy a pathetic old man. He does something similar with Nick, saying that he thinks Nick's content is boring. That's all well and good until you remember that Tech worked with these people. Tech, if you thought that Tommy was such a pathetic old man, why'd you do 2 shows with him? If you thought—
Because I was blowing smoke up his ass.
Thought that Nick's content was so boring, why'd you bring him onto one of your biggest videos?
Nick's content is fucking boring.
He's Link on the beat.
What?
AKA Neck Tickles. Yo, fuck Leffin. Let's burn this shit down. Run into Reddit and shit got you cocky. Rumors you spread it on Zero and Rocky. Already read it so nothing can shock me. Clip it and zip it till you screaming. Bone to death, nope, but still couldn't kill me. I run the whole show. No VGB.
Okay.
Especially if you thought that it made your video worse, like you said. It just doesn't add up. Lastly, for this part of the video, Technicals brings up an instance of something that happened specifically with Augie and Tipster. Pretty much, a group of Technicals fans came together and fabricated a fake screenshot of Tech asking people to infiltrate Augie's community and become mods in order to gather information for Technicals' video. One of them then tweeted the fake screenshot to Augie and donated to his stream asking for him to pull it up. Augie then fell for it, and so did Tipster. Not a good look for the two of them.
I don't remember.
Tipster was a little bit more skeptical, Augie was less so.
I don't remember that. I kept my nose out of this shit.
Academics, please respond.
Dude, Tech is literally promoting gay. I'm fucking dying,
Yeah,
dude.
it is gay ops. Like Tech.
Who's that?
Ooh, I wonder who that is.
Yeah, who's that? There we go.
Please don't do that. Gay ops never work out for anybody.
Dude, what was that thing?
Gay ops never work out for anybody.
Said, what was that thing you said
Ethan?
about his Discord scientist or something?
Oh, academics, please respond. Academics.
Please respond.
My friend said that. It was this crowd making fun of Crowd. You know that?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I love Crowd to death. That was pretty funny.
Oh no.
Now,
This was definitely bad on both of them, and Augie should have been a lot more skeptical here, but ultimately, it's not really that big of a deal. It wasn't a super—
Crowd had to hear me crying about the German fucking soccer coaches. The most, I think.
serious point in Tech's video, and it leads into a pretty funny skit about Tipster, which I promise will be relevant later. With all that said, let's move on to—
I don't know anything about this, but I just want to point out, man, I really try to do my best. That's why I don't deal with him, and I will never deal with him. I think he's no fucking good. And you know what? I think, honestly, like, I got to be honest, even with the whole Leffen thing, like, yeah, the embarrassing promote. Who's that guy that made videos on Leffen making, like, comparing him to Hitler?
Was it Dex Hex or something?
I forget who it was, but that was my first indication there was something wrong with him. Because the videos were comical. But that's the thing. It doesn't care because they're anti-Leffen. So you got to support anything anti-Leffen. Same thing with the commentary community. Like even though I was level-headed, I wanted the best for everybody. I didn't like the whole fucking thing. I made a level-headed take. Balance in Tech's favor, balance. It didn't matter. I fell on their side. And so that's my whole problem. I'll never deal with anybody like that.
I think with Technicals, to be good faith here, I think maybe it's the fact that he was surrounded by retards. So he's just like, all right, well, this retard just made...
You're being too generous. You're surrounded by retards.
Hey, he did it. It was a good try, you know?
Yeah. Like, I didn't even bother to defend John Swann, right? Because fuck him. You know? But let's see what he had to say, because the other stuff was so interesting. John jumped on this shit. I don't know what he got right. That's the thing. Like, the problem with John was, like, I don't know if he got anything right or wrong. I didn't care because I know John's fucking, you know, he's not a fucking honest actor or whatever they call it. Yeah.
The last third of Tech's video is entirely focused on John Swann. Remember that at this point, we aren't really talking about the double standard thing anymore, as John wasn't really involved with the Zaptai stuff. This is just Tech's response to John's video. While I think this part is somewhat nitpicky, Tech does have some understandable—
I remember thinking, like, I was hearing, like, what John was gonna, like, that's gonna backfire. I was right.
grievances with John. Tech disputes John's claims that his interview with Zero's only use could be for emotional manipulation. This is a somewhat hyperbolic statement from John, and while I think Tech should have moved that interview, or at least just use a clip from EE's interview, speculating on whether Tech was being malicious or not with that is just, well, speculation.
I don't care about John. What was the other thing? Fuck John. There's something else with me in there, isn't it? 203.
Yeah. I think so.
I don't care about John. I care about me. What was the?
I gotta find it again.
I totally
Unless you
forgot.
had it. Where are you at? Right
no,
now?
it's almost. Oh no, it's almost there. I think it's almost there because it's like might as well.
Don't know, and we probably never will. Tech also clarifies his involvement in the brother situation, reiterating what he had previously posted on Twitter, saying that he was not in those side chats that the minors were sending nudes in, and while the situation is somewhat
I have no idea, but I'm not commenting on any of that shit.
Convoluted, I'll give Tech the benefit of the doubt here. And finally,
I will
Tech
too, because fuck John.
criticizes John for having a black and white view of these kinds of cases, using something that he had said about Nairo in relation to Zero as an example.
One is an undeniable crime of sex acts with a minor that has unwavering support from the community, and the other can't even be prosecuted because the alleged conversations don't actually exist. While it's true that both are bad, the cases are...
The alleged conversations don't exist. Didn't Zero cop to them?
Yeah, he copped to them, yes.
But didn't he cop to him before this video was made, the Tech? Maybe he must be talking about something else. I don't think Tech would have made a mistake that fucking bad.
Wildly different. So expecting the exact same stance on two cases that range in severity is just intellectual.
Well, that's interesting. That was our argument.
Dishonest.
While I do think this clip is pretty ironic given the earlier part of Tech's video, as many others have pointed out, I do still want to give him credit here. There's a kind of dumb argument that Tech makes here regarding dictionaries. He criticizes John for using the Lexico definition of the word pedophilia, saying that John was cherry-picking. However, when looking into Lexico, you'll see that it's actually...
That's hair splitting.
Using the definitions from the Oxford...
That's hair splitting. That's why I don't go to these fucking... That's all it is. It's hair splitting. That's not even arguing.
Dictionary, which is on a comparable level of popularity to the Merriam-Webster dictionary that Tech recommends. Tech also attempts to...
Did they really do that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Merriam-Webster's great. I mean, that's just like it's such a perfect sort of encapsulation of their bias. My dictionary, not yours. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, dude, and like John's just as dishonest as technical. So that, yeah.
So he cherry picks, and so Technicals cherry picks his definition.
There's one cherry picks, the other one splits hairs. This is an immovable object in an unstoppable force. That's what it was there, you know.
To say that John is a hypocrite for what he saw as John advocating for Zero's deplatforming, which we'll come back to later. Lastly, I want to talk about the other situations that Tech brings up to try and discredit John. These, of course, being the Dream situation and a lesser-known situation involving the small commentator, Pieman. The basic rundown of this situation is that Pieman, as a 15-year-old kid, sexted a 12-year-old. John then hyperbolically called out Pieman for this, seeming to insinuate that he was some kind of predator. After this, Pieman
there's no doubt about that. That's 100% true.
Declared to Twitter that he was going to commit suicide, and after he didn't go through with it, John accused him of suicide.
He did! That's true!
So, he tried to weaponize his suicide attempt.
He should have killed himself. John is such an idiot.
To try and make us feel
This
bad.
guy actually thinks he's smarter than me. He still does. I'm sure right now. All right, Mike.
About him saying he was being attracted to a 12-year-old.
This situation is detailed in a video by Willie Mack Show, and if you'd like to hear about this more in depth, I'd recommend that video. Don't get me wrong, John sucks for both of these situations. With the Pieman one, I could understand the comparison saying that John thought both Pieman and Zero were suicide baiting.
Yeah, like John's the only person on the planet that didn't realize that he is unqualified and completely discredited for this specific situation because of Pieman. But he made that video anyway.
Uncharitable. Even though it's not a super big point in Technical's favor, the comparison is there. However, that doesn't account for the Dream situation being brought up. Yes, John was shitty to his friends, and yes, John was shitty to Pieman, but can you remind me how-
I blame Lieutenant Cobra.
John lying to his friends relates to Zero, like, at all? Overall, this video was ultimately kind of bad. While I think that Tech brought up some decent points against John Swann, he kind of fails to prove his whole commentary double standard argument, which is what most of his video was centered around. All that being said, Tech is usually a pretty funny guy, and the jokes in this video were probably the best part.
Tech is talented as fuck. One of the most talented guys I've ever fucking interviewed. Hands down, no doubt.
Yeah.
But he is absolutely a ridiculous person.
Like, this guy could easily be like a comedy writer in like a writer's room or something.
You know what I think happened to him? Because I think, and I do believe that, you got the talent of iDubbbz. You know, you got that kind of talent. I think that went right to his fucking head. I think he took that as like, you're gonna ride or die now, right? No. He said you're good. That's it.
Yeah.
He took that as, I got Tommy C.
I don't think that's a controversial opinion.
That's my belief. I don't know fucking for sure, but I mean that's how I felt that way.
He tried to spin. All right, so Tech tried to spin it as like, oh yeah, they're comparing me to technicals, or they're comparing to me to iDubbbz. I don't really like that comparison. Everybody does it, but he used to make videos comparing himself to iDubbbz, being like, Black iDubbbz reacts to this.
Oh really?
Black iDubbbz.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he's gotten that comparison for a long time. Because he's really fucking good at it.
Yeah, he's off. It's not an insult, man. I'm glad I'm glad he'd get famous, because he probably would have ruined somebody's fucking life when he got to that 1 million sub mark or something.
I think he could have been better than iDubbbz. That's my opinion.
Nah, it's fucking that evil video game. Stay away from it. That's what it is.
Smash.
Yeah, stay away from Smash. Tommy hasn't played Smash in like a year. Fucking proud of him.
You walk in on your kids playing Nintendo Smash, you just grab the console and throw it on the wall.
I play Smash with Tommy. I do. I like it, but I mean, he never got into it. You know, good.
Wait a second. Jokes.
I love my wife. Okay, I would never cheat on my wife.
The first person mentioned in Tech's video to respond was Tipster. Now, you'll notice that I didn't really discuss Tipster much when looking at Tech's video, because out of—
Oh, good. This thing came out. This guy needs more fucking... Put this guy's YouTube channel in the chat.
All the people name-dropped, he honestly had the least relevance to the situation, and Tech's criticism of him was very similar to his criticism of Nick and Augie. Tipster's response to Tech's actual points was pretty mellow and Tipster-like, if I do say so myself. If you want to watch his actual response, he deleted it sometime between then and now, so I'll have a link to an archive of it somewhere around here. But no, the real consequential part of Tech's video for Tipster was—
You know why Tipster luck? Because he was in over his head debating Tech.
Yeah.
Anissa, did someone better? Yeah.
The jokes. You see, Tipster is well known in the commentary community for hanging around a lot of e-girls and flirting with them. Some might even call it an e-girl harem. Jokes about this topic
harem
were not new,
love
and
that.
many people partook in them, such as Nicholas Diorio and Augie RFC. Technicals included 2 skit segments on Tipster in his video, both poking fun at him for the e-girls and other things. The first one joking about Tipster's wife not liking him flirting with women online, and the second one including a picture of the e-girl Hannah Animal, who was at the time seen as Tipster's head e-girl. Tipster was not pleased with these jokes.
Not anymore.
He bitched about me blocking him earlier today, and the comment about my wife, and also dragging a friend into this that has nothing to do with this, are what earned him the block.
I want Hannah Animal as my e-girl now.
No.
That's what I want. Is she of age? Is she of age?
She's Chris. Well, yes. She's Kristen Ark's e-girl.
Give it to me.
That's a bad idea.
Give it to me.
No, it's gonna turn on you, Tommy.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She's gonna she'll ruin you.
Come on, give me a story.
This is where a smaller YouTuber named Lyrix came in.
Lyrix!
On February 4th, he uploaded the video, Tipster is a pathetic loser.
Lyrix, he could have been bigger than all of us. Big dummy.
In this video, Lyrix details the fact that literally fucking everyone already makes these jokes about Tipster, including Tipster's friends, yet Tipster only gets mad at Tech for these jokes.
Fuck you! So I'm assuming the people who actually started these rumors and these jokes about your wife, Augie, Nicholas Diorio, and Bo Blacks, I'm assuming these are the same people that should get blocked as well, and that you really don't fuck with, Tipster?
Tipster's announcing his divorce live? He just announced his fucking divorce.
Dude,
on a stream to 618 people. Yo, Chad, I'm gonna link Tipster. Can you give him some good words on his divorce? Tell him that we support him still. Give him a Nick Diorio raid. Tell him that, like, we still love him.
Lyrix also makes fun of Tipster being mad at Tech for spreading the impression that Tipster cheats on his wife, showing Tipster's Twitter already spreading that impression itself. After making his initial response to Tech on his stream, Tipster then later published a twitlonger about his response, pretty much just saying that what he said on stream was his genuine reactions to the jokes and to agree to disagree. Overall, the whole thing with Tipster was
Did he?
pretty funny. Completely unrelated.
Did he say that?
Related to any kind of points Technicals was making, but
Yes.
rather just because of the way that Tipster handles himself online.
I wish you AIDS. AIDS for everyone. AIDS. Everybody get AIDS. Please get AIDS.
Tommy C pretty much had the opposite reaction as Tipster. He was level-headed and did a pretty good job of double standards.
When has that ever been said to you, Tommy?
AIDS.
Said about you.
Yeah,
Everybody get AIDS.
Not after I wished everybody AIDS. That's a fucking first.
Please get AIDS.
Tommy C pretty much had the opposite reaction as Tipster.
I think it's
he was
time to
level
change that picture. You know
it's
that?
a classic, though. It's a classic.
Yeah, but it's like 5, almost 6 years ago.
Headed and did a pretty
Doesn't
good
look like me anymore. And I was 40 in that picture.
job explaining why he wasn't a part of any double standard, as I discussed earlier.
What happened was he treats the
You know, when Baited hits 10, I'll be 50. Think about that.
commentary community as like everybody
a
handled it the
50-year-old
same way,
man.
including me.
50-year-old man. I can't believe this guy's a man. I told him to talk like an adult man.
You loser.
You loser.
It's really unfair because I went out of my way to say.
I actually went back and saw this stream. I saw Harley wrote, I made a point. And he was too afraid of me, which I knew he was going to do that anyway. It was just funny to see it like come to fruition.
No, I don't think he's a pedophile. I think people made mistakes.
All right, let's go back. Because I got sidetracked with my own fucking ego. Hold on.
AIDS. Everybody get AIDS.
Everybody get AIDS.
Please get AIDS.
Please.
Tommy C pretty much had the opposite reaction as Tipster. He was level-headed and did a pretty good job explaining why he wasn't a part of any double standard, as I discussed earlier.
What happened was he treats the commentary community as like everybody handled it the same way, including me, which is really unfair because I went out of my way to say, no, I don't think he's a pedophile. I think people made mistakes. I talk about a road to redemption, and I even give the difference between Zaptai. He was remorseless. 0. Zaptai was. And I think that's fair. But you'll see as the way Technical frames it is I'm just running around calling people pedos.
When you look at the things Tommy said here, they tend to make sense, and when you look at the responses Technicals gave later, they're very weak.
So now you know why I blocked him.
Yeah.
First, Technicals conceded that Tommy never called
This is amazing. This is one of the most amazing things I ever heard. I mean, I'm not really buckle up, like and share. Listen to this. Listen. This is I just found out about this an hour ago. I couldn't believe it when I heard it.
called Zero a pedo, because, well, he really has to. But he follows this up, interjecting that Tommy has a history of being afraid
What
of
did you said that I interrupted is like he had to admit that I didn't call him a pedo.
defending a pedophile.
It's fair for him to point that out because he didn't actually call him a pedophile,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware. But Tommy also has a history of being very afraid of being accused of defending a pedophile, like with.
What are you talking about?
So he didn't accuse Zero of being a pedophile, but he didn't
I have a
do that because
history
he's
of
afraid
being afraid
of accusing Zero of being a pedophile.
All right, hold on. I gotta try to take that. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. This is literally the most insane thing I've ever heard.
Point that out because he didn't actually call him a pedophile,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware. But Tommy also
Which
has.
was the whole point, that it was a double standard.
Has a history of being very afraid of being accused of defending a pedophile, like with the Zaptai shit. The second he started being called a pedo defender, he basically dropped the whole thing.
Again.
The second? No. That's, first of all, that's not true. I guess he's talking about Alex. That's not true. That's not true. That's a fucking stone lie. And I'll tell you what. No, because it was in the winter of 2017 when I went at it with Alex, and then I actually got the better. What happened was, and I actually have this on, and you probably would have won in chat if you remember this. What I said was, Zaptai never came back to defend himself, and after a while, I was like, well, it was probably true because nobody would not defend themselves with these wild accusations that are out there. And that's a complete. That was not because somebody called me a pet and I just tapped out. And tapping out has never been my thing. Never, ever, ever. So it just says, oh, I see what he's saying now. It's just a stone lie. I'm afraid. I'm not like the whole you know, when I stick it up for Kraut despite it fucking me up. I'm the only guy that stands by shit if it'll hurt me. One of the only guys. Get the fuck out of here. That's insane. Insane.
And Tech, what the fuck does this have to do with Zero?
Nothing.
Tech also tries to say that because Tommy didn't explicitly say that Mini Lad isn't a pedophile, then he must have just meant he's a pedophile all along.
Oh yeah, I said he's one of these guys. I have to kill my jokes.
Yeah.
Like I could laugh at somebody else fucking making a joke. I could laugh about his. No one's not gonna believe him because he's a fucking ginger. But that okay, I gotta put a fucking like a warning. Or something like that. No, I don't. I'm not going to do that. You're not going to tell me how to do my content. Are you fucking kidding? I didn't explicitly say it. I didn't put a disclaimer. Is that it? I mean, what a bunch of horse shit. I just found out about. This is what made me do the show today. Because I couldn't fucking believe that. Because people ask him, you know, Tommy's got a point. You know, he never did this. He was really fair. And then... his points are, I laughed at a joke. And I'm afraid of being accused of being called a pedo defender. Well, I would be afraid of that if I was defending a pedo. That's kind of natural. But I specifically remember saying, I remember saying like, me and Nick, I wish you'd found that one. Me and Nick did a whole Red Kiwis, and I have not taken it down. A red key, because I don't take down my mistakes. They're all there for you. Me and Nick did a podcast on Zaptai Kiwis where we fucking were relentless on Zaptai. And one of the things I think I said then and afterwards is like, I think it's in his video. That part, I said that when I got emotional about Zaptai. I just assumed if you weren't going to defend yourself, there must be some truth in it. Unbelievable. Ugh.
Wrong on his points about me just clipping him out of context.
And by the way, Leffen is just a bad sportsman. He's not Hitler. I'm just going to be abundantly clear on that. He's just an asshole.
To shit, because in that stream with Mini Lad where they ask if he's a pedophile, there's nowhere in the stream where it clears up that he's not a pedophile or he doesn't think he's a pedophile. So he is lumped in with that kind of mentality.
Yeah, that's a stretch and a half. That's why you're stuck over there and you're never coming out.
I don't know why Tech couldn't just concede to Tommy, considering his reasons justifying Tommy's mention.
Because he's dishonest. Why couldn't he concede? Because he was hell-bent on revenge. Because we didn't like his fucking pedo-defending video. How about that? I finally said it. That guy has been absolutely remorseless and thought he was talking to a 14-year-old. I think it's okay to come to that conclusion. There, I said it. It's okay to come to that conclusion. Is he a pedophile? Don't know. Can't see in his heart. But he did fucking write to a girl. He thought he was, 14? He did talk about fucking, ice on her fucking 14-year-old pussy. And the only defense you could have is like, he's going to kill himself. Oh, fuck off. Good.
Mentions in the video were just grasping at straws, but hey, your guess is as good as mine.
You know what the best, when I heard, Zero say, I like to be in a fight, but no one's going to fight me because my reputation's ruined. Good! And you took technicals with you.
Hello, Augie. It's me, John Swann. I love Israel.
John Swann responded to the video in a live stream titled...
What? Not really.
You want to watch this?
I was Technical's editor.
What? There's a timestamp you got to see because it makes fun of a guy you do not like that much. I think it's 2 hours 36 minutes.
Okay. Let's go.
This defense that no one has seen is so strong, then why isn't it an open and shut case? So many questions, and yet no answers.
This whole thing reeks of misdirection. We would actually get to see more of this when on December 20th, 2022, a schizo thread was published. On that day, a Twitter user published a thread called The Katie Files, trying to find the identity of Katie. Now I'll cut to the chase and go ahead and say that this thread was retarded. It can't conclusively prove much of anything about Katie's identity because it's based on things that are most likely complete coincidences.
I remember this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go super in-depth here, so if you'd like a more detailed explanation...
They don't believe Katie exists, and there isn't a hell of a lot of evidence that Katie exists. But I don't know if it matters. I mean, even if he got catfish, like, is any of those guys that Hanson brought in? Hey, you catfished me, Henry. You said there was going to be a fucking 13-year-old girl here.
Well, too bad. Handcuffs. You have the right to remain silent.
You lied to me, yeah.
I'll link a thread that I had made covering this topic more closely, but the basic gist of it all is that this thread asserts that Katie is actually a 26-year-old Twitter user, placing her at approximately 18 years old during the time that Zero messaged Katie. The only problem is that the only connection between these two people is they had the same incredibly generic username. This, of course, is not proof of anything, which means that this thread frames some random person off of basic coincidences. To show how dumb this thread is, its creator even deleted more than half of it later on due to lack of concrete evidence. I reached out to the creator of this thread myself, and he even admits
that
he
does this have to do with me?
It's coming. It's coming.
Got quote-unquote way too schizo when making the thread. Also, coincidentally, a day before the thread was posted, a small YouTuber named Crows of Judgment, or Comic Crow, streamed discussing the exact same false information. Here, Crow says that he found all of this information, and I'm not joking here, in half an hour while he was drunk and high.
Why the fuck do I care about this fucking whore Katie? Honestly, no shit, I don't. I really fucking don't.
Is this the guy who made his career of basing me on my take on fucking parasitical?
One of the...
You said they're He's gone now, though.
And yet,
no, he's still around.
Friends,
no, you ain't doing this shit.
Yeah, he is. He's got a new channel.
He's back doing what?
Yeah.
Does he use?
Yeah, he's got a new channel.
Steve, no one believes in Sen still, or he's separated?
Well, I don't know. There's a bit of dilemma. Like they're all fighting with each other.
Good.
So like,
good.
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute, did I predict that?
I think so. Well, Steve and Sen are definitely fighting with each other for sure.
Good.
I don't know about Crow.
Okay, they know about Crow. All right.
can take like the half fucking hour it took to look into it. I'm not kidding.
I always thought fucking Crows seemed to be the most normal of all of them, but just listening to that, I'm like autism.
You know what's kind of funny these days? Sen's kind of like the normal one now. I know you don't believe that. I know you don't want to hear that, but
I don't care. If it's true, it's true.
It took us about 30 minutes to find her identity.
Rats of judgment. It's come full circle. The stream keeps buffering. What?
Because we did this shit drunk and high off our fucking asses.
What a fucking idiot. Now, you might be asking, why does some dumbass making a thread even matter? Well, to answer that question, 3 days later, Zero himself promoted the thread, saying, a very important thing to look through and consider somebody compiled in your free time. Read through if you are actually...
Did Tech promote this?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to say anything.
I don't think Tech's not this stupid. But then he did promote the Hitler guy.
Yeah, he hacks, yes.
Yeah.
Mind. On top of this being dumb as fuck, when the girl the thread accused of being Kate...
Objectively dumb as fuck.
He chimed in, pleading with Zero.
This guy has been like, used perfect English, and like now he's just like, that's dumb as fuck, you know?
That's dumb as fuck, man.
It's dumb as fuck.
Tell his audience that she is not Katie. Zero responds like a fucking anime villain. Yeah, I don't know. Let's make this easy. Go talk to technicals and verify your identity.
So like DMs or here. The whole ordeal is because of pictures, right? You've probably seen the girl's face in those times. I do have IRL photos to show I'm not Katie if that's the case.
No, I have no idea what the fuck they look like at all, but you can DM technicals. Thanks for cooperating. All of this just goes further to show Zero's complete and utter lack of remorse when it comes to Katie.
I think he did it. Because one thing that pedos fucking have in fucking common is they don't care. It's one thing I noticed when that pedophile used to call on the Stern Show when I was in my 20s. He was like, I'm gay. I'm in the LGBTQ community. No, you're not. You're a pedophile. I know somebody's going to write something. I'm just going to stay out of it.
Denying what he had once admitted to, threatening to sue the victim, and promoting a bogus Twitter thread trying to expose her with no concrete evidence really shows Zero's true character. From everything we've seen...
Never thought a guy like that could be inappropriate with kids. Never. Oh, wait a minute, he was.
I would guess that Zero is not sorry. He's sorry that he got caught. Now, I can't say that if Zero showed true remorse over the situation, everyone would welcome him back with open arms. There will always be people that look at what he admitted to doing and shun him based off of that.
No, he's trying to kill himself.
But
Stop it.
along with many others...
He lied about something before he was going to leave the earth.
Would feel much more comfortable with Zero's return if he had shown that he was truly a changed man. truly sorry. At this point, I don't know if that will ever happen. Zero has been keeping up his charade of denial and misdirection for more than a year now, and he doesn't show any signs of stopping anytime soon. In fact, recently, Zero has announced that he'll be starting his own online Smash tournaments for banned players. When responding preemptively to backlash he may receive about who he'll allow in his tournaments, he talks about not allowing people who are banned for doing terrible things, and only
Really? This guy's a riot.
allowing people that were unjustifiably banned.
My objective is not to necessarily host a tournament, just to invite.
It's a tournament for pedophiles.
I like the haircut. God.
Like Pippin Pete. I can see him making a fucking logo for this.
It's Zero, Line Maker, Mini Lad.
Yeah.
Invite a bunch of criminals and a bunch of, people that are banned, because the reality is that there are people who are banned that should be banned that did terrible things, right? That's just what it is.
Nah,
right?
I'm not one of them.
Not me.
Not me. I admitted I was talking to this fucking 14-year-old girl, and then it's not real because I said I was going to kill myself. I agree with John Swann about this one. You baited. You didn't kill yourself. Oh, man. I'm just a stupid old man. What do I know?
There are certain scenarios where
I'm such a fucking loser. Ugh. Jesus. Somebody wrote something yesterday. He's like, "Oh, Tommy, getting mad about fucking guys in their 20s making stupid statements." Like, when do you become an adult now? 30? When are you criticizable now? Like 45? Then it's okay. You're grown and you're responsible for your own agency.
I think 52.
Yeah, 50.
That's a good age.
How about this? 14 if you're doing YouTube, 18 anywhere after.
Certain players who...
Because I threw that one out. I gave, what's her face? It was therapeutic for me. I really wanted to defend No Fuckers back in the day. I really did, because what was done to him was shitty. From, what's her name? She grew into... Is she 18? No, she's got to be 18 now.
I forgot her name.
Corbis.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
One of the ugliest human beings I've ever seen in my life. Like breathtakingly ugly. Yeah, I mean, she's a child, so it was like impossible. But yeah, she did fucking him dirty, started talking about his girlfriend, and there's nothing he could have done about it. Without fucking losing his channel. It's the girl daring you to hit her. And she's acting tough because you won't hit her. She's got the girl shield. Everybody's gonna kill you if you even think about it, no matter what she does.
Should be allowed to play that don't make sense that they're banned. That, in a case-by-case scenario.
Well, Zero, you did terrible things. It makes sense why you were banned. Even Technicals agrees that your ban from tournaments is justified. I understand that these aren't traditional tournaments, but with the...
Is that true? Then what have you mad at us for?
rules you've laid out, you would be banned from your own tournaments. I just don't get it. Zero has also claimed to have talked to iDubbbz about appearing in some influencer boxing match in the future, which I'm just hoping isn't actually real at
What
this
is that
point.
really retarded DM you just sent me? Oh, that's what's his face. Yeah, I guess I might as well. I talked about it before. Oh, what is this? What did you send me? What is this? Hello? Maddie? Matt? Did Matt leave? You prick, you. Matt, you're an asshole. Somebody better be fucking going to intensive care over there. For Christ's sakes, how dare you? Actually, I hope he's okay. He never does it. Ugh. Jesus. I guess he thought I was going to go on and on and on. I want to know what's it. Flamenco, literally and figuratively, Tard Wrangler, Bugs and Cute accuses of sicking people on him during the stream. He explains that it didn't happen and tries to trauma dump for sympathy. The fuck is this?
What's up? What's going on?
What is this?
What the fuck?
What
I told you about this. This is the girl that came on defending flamenco, right? We had a nice conversation. She has like an anime voice.
Yeah.
People were saying it's bullshit, or her voice is bullshit, right? So a girl called in to argue with her. They argued. Then another girl called in with an anime voice, and I thought she was going to defend the other girl, but she ended up shitting on her. And then, you know, everything ended in a laugh. She leaves, and then she DMs me that stuff. And she trauma dumps.
Huh.
And then she leaks the DMs in the Discord.
Crazy. I don't care about her. I care about me. I just want to point just how stupid he is. All right, he's writing me. What he wrote before this is, I really trying to understand, like, why you're mad at me. And this is what I respond. Something to that effect. Oh, and then, do you want to talk it out? And I said, no, that hasn't worked in the past. And I did try in good faith. The only thing I want to see from you is a Turkey Tom apology. And I'm not debating with you. Have a good one. Here's the first thing he writes. I didn't say anything about a debate. And you know what? I'm feeling willing to say, in no way I think Tom's a pedophile shape for it, just as soon as he gives me a similar apology. Until then, I'm sorry you're taking issue in the midst. I'm sorry you're taking issue in the midst of what has been giving me for the past year. Well, I guess the explanation is how Tom has a double standard and why it's not cool for direct. So he's giving me that. There's the debate. There's the debate right there. Right after I tell him, like, the debate. Matt, play Tommy the clip where a bug's called in. Flam.
I mean, we could play it if you want.
Sure.
I'll find it real quick.
Sure,
Give me a second.
So I asked him not to debate. When I saw that, because all I wanted is the apology. And I got to be honest with you. You're the one that started the Discord thing. The thing you're mad about, the thing you want me to hear, is him reacting to you saying he's letting pedophiles run wild in his Discord. The goddamn thing got deleted. And you're like we gotta apologize to each other. You know what I think you're trying to do? I think you're trying to, in some weird roundabout way, save your friendship with him. Because of probably clout. You're done. You're finished. You fucked it up. And you're trying to compare, like, what happened to you, what you're doing to him, which is, like, it's completely out of bounds. So, there you go. I commented on it. Let me hear it.
And then...
There we go. All right. Ginger.
Okay.
Ginger rammed my dick in your mouth.
So what the fuck?
Oh, God.
Holy shit. Jesus. Beavers, go eat a used tampon.
I'm sorry. All right, so first of all, Matt, you guys can hear me properly?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
First of all, you are full of shit if you were saying that she has been speaking in the same voice this entire phone call.
If she hasn't, I haven't really noticed it. Like,
Wait. Aren't we supposed to hear the girl first?
Well, no, I figured I'd just cut to the part where, like, the arguing stuff. Like, she's in the VC. She's there. She's about to start talking again.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no disrespect, but you've spoken in at least 4 different voices since you've been on this phone call. Your voice deepened like 10 octaves from the time you joined this phone call till now. Am I not?
So what is that? What is the other girl trying to say about, like, that she's a kid pretending to be older?
She's trying to, like, okay, so in this community, there are girls with, like, the anime voice, and a lot of them are usually faking their voice.
Okay.
Right, and she's just trying to say my voice isn't fake.
Oh, okay.
Just like different inflections during like a conversation, or you can't complain that people are saying that you sound different when you're literally putting on a voice when you join the call. I'm not though. You were telling the whole channel this is your voice and this is how you talk. This is not how you talk because nobody's voice changes in 10 minutes. You know, I can use different inflections in my voice and talk slower and like go like this or like go like this or something. It's as simple as that. All right. Well, the uwu voice isn't working for you. That's what majority of chat wants you to know is that your real voice sounds actually a lot better.
I don't care. It's too fucking. I mean, I'm married. I don't need to listen to one fucking woman bitch. I don't even fucking no, Matt. No. Did you leave again?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
No, I don't know. Fucking, I gotta listen to women. Fuck that.
Oh, I went to take a piss. I come back and we're talking about this.
No, whatever. No calls. You get in there now because I'm going to end this tomorrow. Def Noodles. And everybody's bitching that everybody goes easy on him. I'll do my best, but it's going to be a little tough if he I'm going to tell you ahead of time. He falls on his sword.
Sen's in waiting.
For what?
I don't know. He's in waiting.
That's him? Oh,
yeah, Kurt.
So he's retarded. What's up? What do you need?
What's up, Tommy? So I wanted to add to, you had a question whether or not Tech was promoting it or involved with the whole Katie thing, right? He actually did make a tweet about it when it came out into the open. Do you want it verbatim?
No, just...
He said the general gist of it is like he looked into it with a couple other people, but he didn't want to put it out there because there wasn't anything concrete, but it was worth like consideration. So just
he gets
like
off. Yeah, he gets off on
yeah, just basically he's like throwing it out there to give people like hey, this is a possibility.
Yeah,
wink, wink.
seeding seeds of doubt, which they've never been able to prove. I know they vote. Yeah, I know what he's doing. Okay.
And so basically that's what. But he was okay. So when this was happening, this was actually done in a server and a group chat. And as you might know or might assume, Crow was there.
I got what I needed to know. All right, let's go with Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gaming. What do you need? Hello?
What's up, Ghost Gaming?
No, I don't know. I'm sure he's right and everything. I can't take it. That actually has less to do with him and more to do. I didn't blow him up because of his Sen. I just blew him up because, no. Jesus Christ. I don't want to give any of these people legitimacy about my age. What are you doing? Ghost Gaming, what do you need?
So, when I was watching the video and the debate with Augie and, technicals, the thing that always gave me red flags about that video was when he started, trying to make me feel sympathy for Zero and shit. And I was like, why the fuck does that matter? I want to know if he's guilty or not.
Because it was a puff piece on Zero. That's why. It was a puff piece.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, well, why the fuck do I care?
I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised for a minute if Technicals had said, I know this guy's guilty. I wonder if I'm good enough, looking at, considering the subject matter, if I can make this fucking true, even though it's not. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. That I'm going to make this true, even though I absolutely know it isn't. It would not shock me at all with the way he behaved.
But the thing is that he started lying about you and all the other commentary guys, trying to make a whole bullshit story about you guys. When I was looking at it and everything was not even true what he was saying.
He went after Tipster and fucking Augie the most. And he went after Tipster because Tipster kept stepping in it. Honestly, his big mate enemy, fucking Nick, barely shit in that video about Nick. I wonder why.
That's because Nick is these people are afraid of Nick all the time when they talk about him. Like he's the boogeyman.
Oh, people used to be afraid of Tech. They're not afraid of Tech anymore. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, Technical has lost everything because of defending some retard that actually admitted.
Good call.
A3 Trucking.
Yeah, A3 Trucking. You on the air?
What a name there.
A3 Trucking? Mute. You're on the air. A3 Trucking. How can I help you?
Probably Discord or something.
He's on the fucking phone, which is always a bad sign. And he's a member since February. All right. Regurgitator, you're on the air. Regurgitator. Regular.
All right. Long time fan, first time IRA.
Shut up. Go ahead.
I just want to make that joke.
You're pissing me off.
Yeah. I don't have anything. I just want
to. Too retarded. The only reason I gave him half a break is he's a long-time fan. All right, I think I've cleared the retards out. Somebody said, was that Sen or lyrics? It didn't sound like. It sounded like he like went through puberty or something. Sen.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah, that was actually lyrics. I don't think it's lyrics. Lyrics gets to the point usually, unless he's avoiding something about himself. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. Good. I'm glad I went over this. I feel better about it. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, definitely was tomorrow.
I forget. Something was. I don't think I can talk. I can't talk about that. If we could phrase it a way where nobody can get mad. Well, no, I guess. I'm just saying I'm glad I wasn't at the peace treaty. I'm just glad. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
What a jerk off. If Tech was smart, he would have worked with me. After I did that stream, he would have contacted me and said, "Look, hey, look." I'm like, and I probably could have. I bet I could have nixed it, killed the whole fucking thing. And you know what it is? I made criticisms about his content being that, like that particular part of the video being crap, and he couldn't take it, so he had to give me back. One of the worst things you can do in this community is criticize somebody's art. That's why. That's why. Like, if you listen to Harley, he's like, basically the iDubbbz, you're irrelevant, because that really bothers these losers.
Yeah.
Because they all think they're fucking geniuses. They all think they're brilliant. So when somebody comes in here and says, you suck and your content's not that good and it's old man, like, I'm like, yeah, sure. You're probably right. You know, whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, it appeals to an older audience everyway. And that's the way I guess I rationalize it. But these fucking dorky, I saw it especially with the English kids, that they get some kind of fucking criticism. They melt and seethe with rage. What do you mean? I got 100,000 in I got 100,000 hit video. I'm an artist. Believe me. Guess who's like one of the worst than that? John Swann. Mm-hmm. So that's why when they go after me, like criticizing my, I know my content's stupid. It's purposely stupid. I want it to be stupid, and I'm not capable of making a video as good as Technicals, no doubt. And I guess it's just because I'm old and I know my strengths and weaknesses, and I'm okay. You like being old, Beast Coast? But these guys, when they get into it, it's like, oh, man. I used to say this when I was in bands. Nothing turned a bunch of men into a fucking sewing circle when you gave them a bunch of instruments. Because once somebody learns how to play guitar competently or drums or bass, they turn into fucking women. My gift. You're criticizing my gift. It's the same thing on YouTube. Get the fuck out of here. That's why I couldn't deal in music, because it was, first of all, it's ultra gate capped. But I mean, I really should buy a guitar and show everybody I can shred. I really should. I seem to. It only takes me like whenever I put the damn thing down.
Oh, there's one clip I wanted to show you, Tommy, that I forgot about. I gotta find it real quick.
I want to start talking about shredding.
So someone unearthed an old Tipster clip. You know how we were reacting to Keffels?
Yeah.
Going after Turkey Tom and bringing that stuff up.
Sure.
Well, someone unearthed an old Tipster clip of him talking about it back in 2019.
Let me see. I don't think Tipster
taking a quick vape break.
Was this me? Yeah.
And I see all this shit going on social media about Turkey Tom being an anti-Semite and a racist. This D'Angelo, whatever the fuck
Did he say Tom was a racist?
And no, he's been backing up Keffels, right? And like he quote tweeted Keffels.
Tom was a good ally back then. That's funny.
His name is dude going at him, and I think this shit is just like really fucking ridiculous. I don't understand how people can't comprehend this fact that saying jokes about race and stuff like that doesn't automatically make you racist.
We used to, not anymore.
First of all, I seen the video in question that this D'Angelo dude is talking about. I didn't see anything anti-Semitic in that video. Simply referencing.
Oh, I did, but it was just jokes and good fun. You fucking dishonest prick. You know, it It wasn't malicious. It wasn't malevolent. And like that was the whole thing with D'Angelo Wallace. He tried to make it malevolent. I didn't see it. Maybe it is. Maybe Tom fucking really hates Jews. I don't know.
Jews or, criticizing a Jew doesn't make it anti-Semitic or anything like that. So that...
I don't think he was criticizing Jews. See, he'll say anything. What did I say yesterday? He'd kill his own wife and spread her guts around? I mean, is it really that off? Was it that off? I don't think he'd kill his wife, but you know what I mean. It's a disgusting metaphor because I'm stupid and that's all I'm capable of making.
Tipster will kill his own wife.
It's like, this is so disgusting.
In itself is ridiculous, but he recently dug up some old DMs that are like a year old of Turkey Tom saying some really edgy stuff. And while it's definitely stuff I wouldn't say or whatever, let's be honest. We've all said...
I will expose Turkey Tom. He used to say horrible shits about women until he started getting pussy. And now women are great. He thought I was, Tommy, see, you're a degenerate. Fucking women are evil and dirty. And then not so much no more.
Really edgy shit when we were young. I mean, Turkey Tom is still a teenager, right? He's not even 18 years old or whatever, okay? And yeah, he's gonna...
He told me, I'm gonna fucking... Tom's gonna be mad at me if I say this. Probably at some level anyway. Not publicly, but he told me, dude, you were so right about women. That's what he told me. He said that. I was like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. I'm like, yeah, what'd I tell you? There's no point in hating him. You're just gonna be a fucking, you end up like Connor.
Say edgy shit as a teenager. We've all done it. We can pretend like we haven't done it, and we can act like we're all fucking saints, and we've never said anything inappropriate or offensive ever. But we all know that's bull.
Did he say he was anti? Like, he said Augie was. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, adjacent.
That's just regurgitating her fucking shit.
Shit. All of us as teenagers have said really fucked up shit. I just have a real problem with someone going...
I have a problem with fat Mexicans. Bye. Whatever.
Fuck you!
That's a good one. I don't even hate Tipster. I really don't. I'm probably not, I don't know how do you it's tough not to address this shit. I don't know. You're really getting a lot of mileage out of him. I don't care one way or another.
I find him considerably annoying at this point.
Yeah, you're more into it than I am. You're kind of like
because it was the situation where Tipster's this over emotional guy on Twitter who we just kind of accepted. Look, he's just like
we did accept him for who he was.
Yeah. And then now he's kind of switched sides, and he's
got animosity.
Yeah.
And notice it, I've been brutal on him. He hasn't thrown any fucking hate my way. And maybe I don't know, maybe it's because he understands that this is not hateful. I'm just pointing out what bullshit it is,
Yeah.
But I do feel like he's people are getting more fucking tweets reposting his ridiculousness. They're getting more likes than he does. He's that's kind of low-cali.
Exactly.
I mean, can't support do what you it's do what you want.
I'm really bad at explaining things.
Whoa, 50 Mexican cents.
Got a lot of money.
Look, Tommy, at the end of the day, his biggest chameleon in town. Is that what he said?
I'm the biggest chameleon in town, homie.
Thanks so much, man, by the way. Is that really Mexican money? Is it pesos? No.
I don't. Is MX mean pesos?
I don't know. What's MX? Let's see. Currency. Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Thanks, man. I remember I went to Mexico when I was a kid, and I was because it's 10,000 pesos. That's the $1 bill. It was 45 cents at the time, 45 cents. Right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was buying something, and the guy just looked at me and goes, "You have dollars? Give me those." I did because I was only 11 or 12. My dad probably never paid for it, ridiculous or whatever.
You got ripped off.
Yeah, I remember. I was 86, so it was 87, so I was 11, right? And I hadn't gone through puberty yet, and this Mexican girl whose father was an oil tycoon, right?
Oh, shit.
Yes. I didn't really realize, like, first she's like, I thought she just wanted to play and swim, but I started realizing there was something more there, because she was like 13. She had boobies, you know, and she kept holding me and hugging me and stuff like that, and like I didn't know how to handle it, you know, and like everybody's telling me that girl likes you. I was like, ew. I beat her in a race. If I'd have been nicer to her, I could have been a millionaire. I could have been killed by a Mexican cartel too. Yeah.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, it happened at the for Tipster. It happened at the Acapulco Princess in 1987. So I was 11. Yeah, it was awesome. I forget, some guy, like I met some guy, like I was as sharp as I was. I'll never forget this, and I promised myself I'd never fall for it again. It was my mother. My mother was there with this company called, I don't want to say the company's name. I think it's defunct now anyway. But and we all had to wear, like, we basically got a trip to the Acapulco Princess in Mexico, and we all had hello, my name is Tommy. I'm from New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
And this guy went up to me. He was a little older. He's like 13, 14. He's like, hey man, where you from? I was like, oh no. He's like, hey man, what's going on? What's going on? And he said, I forget. No, I was like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. Where are you from? And he goes, New Jersey. I'm like, really? So am I. He's like, yeah, so am I. Like he's like, whereabouts? And he starts, because it had the name of my town. And he's like, I can't believe I never met you there. And he's fucking with me. He's 14 fucking with me, because my whole fucking the whole information was on the fucking tag. And he's just like, so I do that to my kid. I fuck with him like that.
Yeah,
because you can. It's great. You know what I did to my son today?
What's that?
He comes off the soccer field. He goes, because he said it like 3 times. So I was like, come on, Tommy. We heard it the first time. He yells in German, practice is over, right? And then we just kind of nod our heads, start picking the gear up. We're getting ready to go. My wife happened to be in practices today. And then Tommy C was born. JF, yes, I promised myself no one's ever going to fuck with me like that. No, I'm going to be that guy. So I said to he goes, and he yelled it like 30 times, like, no, Tommy, it's not over. You better get your ass back out there. Like, and he's like, what? No, he told me. I was like, look. And he turns around. And he starts looking around. And then he starts jogging in the empty field. I'm like, come on, Tommy, it's time to go. And he says to me, you like to joke, don't you? Yeah, I like goofing. I like especially like goofing on kids. They fall for anything. Exactly. Tommy hates Connor because Connor aggressively shoved himself in the closet. Does he? I don't hate Connor. He's an idiot. It's a long way from hate. Connor hates me. Connor's waiting for something to screw up so he can like call me a degenerate or something like that. I don't hate Connor. I don't hate Connor at all. Just think he's everything everybody hates about fucking young people. No experience, no accomplishments, knows how to live. Knows how to tell other people how to live. Yeah. That's what's interesting about Connor. You know, because his parents tell him. He knows. I don't think it makes him a bad person. Is Connor a bad person?
No.
Has he ever done anything? So. Like, no,
I don't think so. He's just annoying at times. Like he was mentioned in this video, the unseen video, because him and Ted Nichols had the most annoying debate I've ever heard in my entire life. Connor just argues in circles the whole time.
I know. He did it on here. I don't hate him.
Yeah, but except Ted Nichols did it with him for like an hour.
You know, I think I've grown. I probably would have hated it. I'm sort of thinking like, even when I was 40, 39. Yeah, probably. I don't hate him. Connor is just pearly things of the commentary community. I don't know if he's that bad. I'm getting to the point with just pearly things. Like first I was a little critical of Brittany. Now I'm thinking she's on the money.
I don't get it, man. It's like I don't get why people get mad
she's
at her.
Like, all right, here's why women shouldn't vote. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know,
it's obvious. Like everything that's coming out of her mouth is complete and utter bullshit.
If she would made the argument that maybe women were better off or something like that, which is not as harebrained, but I think what some people have argued is that women, as they have had to adopt more responsibility, have gotten, less happy, which I don't know how that's measured, but that's at least a fucking argument. Like, but the thing about that is my wife, if she was born in like 1910 or 1920, she killed herself. Killed herself. Absolutely couldn't stay. Her brain couldn't take it. Go up, make babies, no. There was not the place for her. There has to be an outlet. And there's too many people like her to not give them the option. I think what the problem is nowadays is like the housewife is, even though like your husband has to have seriously good money to be a housewife. Yeah. It's a job that's not even considered a job. It's just like a subservient thing to your husband. Like there's nothing. The mother's the most important job on the planet. Nothing is more important than that. If you don't have that going on in your society, you got a bunch of fucked up shit going on. Invite Brittany? I think I did. I don't think it's gonna happen. All right. I think. Oh, I haven't. No, you know what? Maybe I gotta get. Then we gotta talk to what's her name, Jessica.
Yeah.
Brittany loves. I'll work on it. I don't know. You know what it is? I don't think Brittany hasn't really jumped on the opportunity, so I think she knows, but I don't think she's that interested. And you know what? Don't go pesting her because like if she's not interested, I want her to want to be here. I want her to like if she doesn't like me at any level or if she thinks it's stupid, I don't want her here. I just want her to have fun. I want to have fun.
Yeah.
She just want to have fun. If this is not her thing, if it doesn't fit her image, I'm not offended at all. I'm very privileged that I get to stay home and be a housewife. Yeah, you are. And if you're taking care of your shit, it's a full-time fucking job. I don't like this idea of raising children is just like meta. All right, whatever. Brittany will want to marry you and move to Germany. No, she won't. Brittany's too much for me to handle. But I'm kind of thinking she's right about it. I think she's just saying shit to say shit.
Yeah.
Women are miserable. Not everything fucking just Pearly thing says is wrong. Just like not everything Brittany says. Like she says that you're fucking obnoxious. You've let it be known to everybody that that doesn't necessarily turn me off if you had a lot of sex, but it does, like 99.9% of the people on the planet.
Yeah.
It turns them off. You might be better educated and you're telling everybody to fucking do it. Nobody will marry you. She's right about that. If you're too high maintenance, you put yourself out of the game. And that's why I like just Pearly things in the beginning. But now it's, I think, let's got to pay those bills in London, man. It ain't cheap.
Yep.
It ain't cheap. Mid-max your child? What does that mean? What does that mean?
What?
Mid-max your child, quote?
No clue.
Gotta mid-max my channel, Sigma grind set? I don't get it. Oh, that must be some mid-max. What does that mean? Someone else? Somebody explain to me. That's the plot of Young Sheldon. What's Young Sheldon? You're talking to Boom. I'm big time Boom. Mini-max. I don't know. Mini-max is in gaming?
Yeah, well, no, min-max is like maxing out all the stats in a character.
I'm trolling. Well, you got me, Madeem. It's one of the most optimal things in game. Oh, okay. Sure. I haven't played new Street Fighter. Everybody says it's good, but I'm so fucking hating Street Fighter 5. I didn't get it. And I have it. I probably should buy it. All right. Let's do the after show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, fuck. No. Hey, here's another thing, too. If he's going to go, if he's going to have a fucking mega meltdown about me, don't expect me to respond to it. I'm not.
Okay, buddy.
Promise you.
Okay, buddy.
This is the only time I've ever wanted to beat you with your prosthetic leg. I don't know why. It really,
all right, buddy.
That sends a chill up my fucking spine, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea, like, how I tried to get through to him. Like, you have no idea. And I'm like asking myself, why? I don't even know you that well.
Okay, buddy.
Appreciate it. Fucking jerk off. He wants revenge that he's never gonna get. The only thing he could possibly get is if Tom fucks his own shit up that has nothing to do with him.
Really?
Feel some fucking motherfucker, I want to kill you. I don't like that at all. It's because he. I don't like people that don't appreciate my time and effort. Discord. If you want your name read off at the end of the show, hey Liana, how are you? How come you're not up here? Merkson, St. Cloud.
Are you fucking serious, Tommy?
Nesquick, Shamitz, Tommy C's Cat in Pilkington, my biggest fans. Get that up to $10 a month, and you can say it too, or your country's equivalent. That's on Patreon only. Patreon only. What's up, sweetheart?
I just got this video from Hannah Animal of you saying you want her as your e-girl. Is that true?
Yeah, I do. I want you
What the
to.
fuck?
Whatever we don't want
Am
to
I
do.
good
Once, you can come with us.
You don't clip anything.
No, it's me or no one.
No, I like two chicks at the same time.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I know.
Am I not
I know,
enough
because
for
I
you?
would like come immediately, and you guys would be totally disappointed.
It's okay, Liana. I know a great guy for you.
At least I've seen what a vagina looks like.
Oh my god, kill me now.
How you been?
Excellent. I am just about to get ready for work, so you guys have a great day.
You have a good day too.
No Hannah Animals.
I don't know Hannah.
Just me.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Do you think she'll send me news now? Or?
Maybe.
She's bluffing. I actually consider Liana a friend now. I do. I have talked to her offline.
That's it. It's over.
I do link them.
She's gonna stab you in the back.
No, I don't think she will. She already kind of did, but whatever. But I think that was because of drugs. You know.
Yeah.
And she was. I don't know. She ever since like I wish the best for her. She's always like on her way to work or doing stuff. Nah, I wish the best for her. I do. She's like an internet friend. Yeah, she is a real one. Oh yeah, and then if Seth likes her, then she's the only fucking Seth and her are the only two women I'd probably talk to offline that I wouldn't be paranoid about. But when Liana calls, I turn the fucking volume up real loud. Like, see, I'm not doing anything wrong. Hold on a second. This is what happens when I talk to Liana. Yes, you can hear her. Nah, I like Liana. And I wish the best for her. I don't understand why there's some fucking guy in Australia that'd be fucking grateful to have her. We gotta fuck around with douchebags online. And she's never really actually ever did anything inappropriate but once and immediately apologized. That was before her meltdown too.
Yeah.
Never like legitimately did anything that would fucking piss off my wife or anything. Not once. You did something. You were out of line once, but somebody said something to you and you said you're sorry. That was it.
Yeah.
Now, Seth, on the other stand, she is a dirty whore. I'm kidding. Oh, my God. How my wife never finds out about that Danish broad. My wife would be all like, "That Jude's come to take my..." I think it's time to go. I think it's time. Yeah. I'm going to piss off every woman in my life. Yes. GG, everybody. Thanks so much. Thanks for you think I'll see you tomorrow with Def Noodles. That's 5 shows in a row. And then I'll see you Monday after that. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.